Hello again, everybody. I'm back again with another video. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Today's topic is going to be why the pandemic now? And I asked that question because for those of you who are been around, been watching the news for the last 2-3 decades, we've had many outbreaks just like the one we're having right now. And I'm going to run down a few of them for you. We've had Ebola. We've had Zika. We've had the swine flu, H1N1. We've had the avian bird flu. We've had the swine flu. And now we have the 19 scare, or the sea bug, or the crown bug, whatever you calling it. I don't use that term on my videos, but you know what I'm talking about, the current virus we're dealing with right now. Now, we managed to deal with all of those, some of them being more deadly than what we're looking at right now, more life-changing, life-altering than what we're looking at right now. But all of a sudden now, we got to shut not just this country down or a couple of other countries, but the whole world has to lock down, shut down, close businesses. People are not allowed to fly from country to country. The U.S., I don't think right now at this point, today is August the 3rd, I believe, I don't think the U.S. citizens can travel anywhere without going into quarantine, as well as from state to state. If you are in a hot spot, Arizona, Florida, Texas, you have to go into a 14-day quarantine to go to other states. That is the most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, I want to know from the cards, what can they tell us about why the pandemic now? Why didn't we do this for any of these other pandemic type viruses? Why now? Or were those other ones just preparation for this? I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking a question. So we're going to go to the cards and see what the cards have to say about it. And we're going to drill down on this one because I really want to see what is going on here. So I will be using one of my larger spreads here. But first I want to find out about the energy around it. So let's do that first. Alrighty, what is the energy around this pandemic? What is the energy around this pandemic? What is the energy around this pandemic? Alright. Alright, what say you cards? Alright, what energy are we dealing with around this pandemic? We are dealing with the energy of the Three of Wands, which is waiting for your ship to come in. I sent some stuff out and now I'm waiting to see what the results are going to be. Now, how can we, the people, make use of that energy? This is pretty straightforward, y'all. Kill it. Get rid of it. Stab it in the back. It's all over. So this waiting for your ships, waiting for your money to be made. And like I said, when you see ships in the water, this is just me. I don't know if anybody else feels this way. But if you look closely here in this card, you see 1, 2, 3 boats or ships in the water. And to me, when I see that in a card, that represents or can represent international contracts international agreements, international relationships of some kind. So somebody is waiting on some type of international intervention or some type of international business dealings, contracts, agreements. They are waiting on that. That is the energy that's surrounding this pandemic. And what can we do with that energy? Now, according to the cards here, it says we need to nip it in the bud. Stab it, kill it, get rid of it. Now, what guidance can we take away from this? Oh my. The Tower card. What guidance is coming from this? It's all coming down. So these little boogers here have been planning something now around this. It's been blooming for a while, y'all. See the little green leaves on the wands here? Wands are drive, desire. They can also be sexual desires, but I don't think we're talking about that right now. We're talking about the pandemic. So we can alleviate that meaning from this reading. But we see international relationships, international conversation, international. So this thing is big, and we already know it's worldwide. So that, wow. So there's a lot of hands in this pot, y'all, with this energy. This is not just the United States. This energy is waiting for some information, some business deal, some connection of some kind within this country and abroad. They are waiting on something. But, like I said, how can we make use of that? We can't. It needs to be stopped. It needs to be killed. It needs to be done away with. Until it is dead, dead, dead with these 10 swords in its back. And what guidance can we take from that? Is that if we kill it, the whole thing comes tumbling down. This is the Tower card. They've been stuck in this mindset because this is ice here. This tower is built on ice. They've been stuck in this position. And it's been struck by lightning from the top down. So this thing is coming down from the top down. Now that is the energy surrounding the pandemic. So the question is, why now? Now, like I said, I really want to drill down on this thing because you watch the news, you can't get clear information on who has it, who doesn't. Can you get it again? What the vaccine, is there a vaccine? How are you going to find a vaccine when you're not sure what the symptoms and how the things attacks your body? Every week you turn around, there's some new symptoms, some new occurrences, and the thing has mutated and blah, 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 blah. Okay? We're supposed to have the best people on the job. And when you got the best people on the job, this back and forth, mask, no mask, 6 feet apart, but not so much here. Mask on while you're walking to your table to go to the restaurant, but when you sit down, you can't eat with your mask on, so you take it out. You take it off. So does that mean while people are eating, they can't spread the virus? Anyway, I digress from that. That's just me talking. But anyway, okay, why the pandemic now? That's what I want to know. Because it's going to be fruitful for a whole bunch of folk. Going to bring a whole bunch of abundance. That just jumped out for me. But here we go. Oh, let's try that one more again. What say you, cards? What say you, cards? All right. All right, as I said, this is going to be one of my bigger spreads. All right. This is our present. This is our past. This is future. These are the challenges and obstacles that are being dealt with this pandemic. And here in position 5 is going to be the advice that can be given as a whole. All right, so let's take a look at the past of this thing. All right. So here in the past, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is the giving and receiving of money, also referred to as the philanthropy card. So there was a lot of giving and receiving of money in the past. And there was a lot of different things going on behind the scenes that a lot of people were not aware of. The people, here's a man, if you look closely, he is in the dark. So the people were in the dark about what was here. Clouds represent that this is not clear. Lots of options to choose from of how we're going to go about this. A lot of things to choose from, to work with. And then there was an idea, the Ace of Wands, creativity. Ace of Wands right here. The Ace of Wands, a new idea, new creativity. Wow, let's try this. And then you have the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. That is the last position in the past, was the wounded warrior. So we're going to leave that one on top. He is fighting for this, whatever this is. We're talking about the pandemic. But they are fighting even though they are fighting a losing battle. But they're willing to keep on fighting. Okay, now we have the present situation. So this is how we got to here. So here we are. So they were working magic. They were mixing things together. They were trying to manipulate things. That the magician can represent manipulation. It can also mean coming out of some type of sickness. But I'm going to only read the meaning for what we are talking about today. This is manipulation. This is conjuring, putting a whole bunch of things together to try to get what you want. And here we go. They were happy. They came up with what they were looking for. The happy family. The children are celebrating. They're like, look at what we've built. And then here comes the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, you look back here, you see a little field. This field has been planted. Unlike the Page of Pentacles, he's just now putting his seeds out. The Knight of Pentacles has planted his seeds. So here is the Knight. He's planted his seeds. And he's a young energy is around this. Well, we got something new starting. And when I say young, I mean new, something new. And here it is presented as if it is coming from the divine. Here we have the cup overfloweth. We have everything we need for this thing to jump off. So that is what is at the present. Now let's take a look at the challenges. Now, don't forget here, now this Empress jumped out, and this is about abundance. This is about having a whole bunch. Look at the wheat, the water flowing, the pomegranates on her dress, the tassel representing I am reverence. Look at me, I'm important, the stars on her head. So this is a card of importance and abundance and fertility and lots of whatever it is that you're doing, and it is a new creation. So this can also be a card of pregnancy, whether it be a human body or some other something being born. So let's take a look at the challenges. Well, we got here the Three of Cups upside down. Now, y'all, I start with my cards right side up, so this card is upside down for a reason. They started celebrating too soon. So they were celebrating with their cups full of whatever it was they're drinking, but here it's coming out. Whatever they had in these cups is upside down. So now it's pouring out. So whatever they had back here, this is the past back here. Whatever they had, and here is the present. This happy little conjuring they came up with, and this cup being offered full in the present position. It's upside down now. So it's falling all out. And it's coming quickly. Here is the Eight of Wands. It is coming quickly. There is something new coming out that is creative, and it's got some legs. You see the little twigs, the green leaves growing out there? It's coming quickly. Oh, and it is causing anxiety, the Nine of Swords. I can't sleep. I'm worried about this little thing that we set up here in the present situation. These are the obstacles, and they are trying to cover it up. They are trying. This is the Knight of Cups. This is the false knight. He is bringing an offering to the people and saying, no, this really is what we said it is. That's their obstacle, is trying to make the people believe what they are saying and move forward. Now, what is the future? Let's do that one. The future is the Six of Cups. This is an old friend. This is something from your past. This is trying to connect with something old and bring it into your future now. Oh, and this is what I call the thievery card. This is stealing. Taking something that don't belong to you, or taking your toys and leaving. And y'all on your own. And then here we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is independence. Independence, able to take care of yourself independently, don't need any help from anybody. And here is the Victory card. So why the pandemic now? In the future, trying to bring back the past. Taking something that doesn't belong to you, or stealing, so that you can become independent, and so that you can have the victory. That is why we have this pandemic now. So in a nutshell, it's about money. They want to take us back to the past and steal from us. Take something that doesn't belong to them, so they can have their independence and have the victory and become the heroes. That is why we have this pandemic now. Somebody was trying to be a hero at the end of the day, because that's the card on top. So the ones underneath tell you how you got to the card on top. So we're going to leave them like that so we can discuss those. Now here's the advice. Yeah, that's the one on the top. So the advice is the Emperor. This is this can also represent government. The Page of Wands coming in with something creative. Some strong man or masculine energy, or some government or law. The Emperor can also represent judges and law. So the law and or the court system is going to have to step in with some new ideas. And here we are waiting again. There's those boats again. Foreign. Someone overseas, some relationships overseas are going to have to get involved with this pandemic in order to move this thing along. And there is a decision that is either being blocked or a decision that is going to have to be made. So considering this is in the advice position, there is a decision that is going to have to be made by the whole world. Because like I said, this is international waters. This guy is standing here waiting for information to come through. This is creativity coming through. Is what's going to have to be done to tear this thing down. So we have the Emperor here. So the advice is the governments and the court system and laws and some masculine power is the advice about this pandemic. And in the future, the victory can be had over this virus. The victory can be had. At the present time, it is overflowing. This pandemic is overflowing right now. The challenge is all of the lies. This is the false knight. He is offering you something, yes. But it could potentially not be what it appears to be. That is the challenge. Is knowing what is real and what is not. What is an illusion. And the illusion came out up here in the past. This is not being able to see clearly. That's how we got here in the first place. So there you go. That is what the cards have shown me about why this pandemic now is they have been fighting for something like this for a long time so that they could get the victory. And they could have power over the people. But their challenge is making this false knight appear real. Alright, we're going to end it there. As I say with all my videos, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. They are my opinion and my interpretation of the cards. You can do with it what you will. I'm going to leave that up to you, but I appreciate you watching. And I hope you have a great and enlightened day, and I'll see you next time.